Hey everyone, Ray Green, and I'm checking in with my bi-weekly book update for the forum. This past week I finished reading Mike Weinberg's new Sales Simplified, and I love this book. Like, I love Mike's communication style. He's a direct, no bullshit type of guy. Like, doesn't pull any punches in his communication, which I like a lot. I also like that his writing is not, it's not academic or theoretical. Like, when you read it, you're getting actionable insights, which I'm a big fan of. So a few things that I wanted to mention here that I thought were really important in the book. The first is he kind of hits head on very early in the book something that I think is at the root of a lot of organizations that are having sales and revenue problems, and it's that they want quick fixes, or they want quick fixes that don't involve sales fundamentals, and he calls it the sales 2.0 mindset. And anyone that knows me knows how strongly I feel about marketing and the role that it plays in sales, especially today, and integrating marketing and sales in a more effective and strategic way is probably the most underutilized way of driving growth today. But that being said, like, too many companies fall into this mindset of believing that you can grow your company without having to sell. And the people selling that are, like, ironically, they're just good at sales. They're selling a concept, but it's not true. And I love that Mike he hits on this, like, right out of the gate in this book. Another big takeaway that I liked was, and he says it a few times in the book, that nobody defaults to prospecting, and it's just not it almost goes against our nature to sit down and start jamming out the activity that's necessary to drive new business. And which is why it's so easy for people to sell this concept that you don't need sales fundamentals in your organization anymore, that it's old fashioned, and it's sales fundamentals are as important today as they've ever been, and they're going to be in the foreseeable future. So nobody defaults to prospecting really stuck with me. He hits on, like, the individual responsibility in sales, and does a really good job of laying out the basics and the frameworks necessary for an individual to take responsibility for driving their own sales activity. I also like the fact that he hits on the organization's responsibility. He talks about coaching and mentoring and sales culture, which is obviously a big issue for me. And I think it's a message that a lot of CEOs and execs really need to hear. He has a quote in the book. I think it's basically, "Hey, Mr. CEO, do your job so I can do mine." So the framework that he kind of lays out in terms of the new Sales Simplified model is basically selecting the right targets, creating and deploying weapons, and then planning and executing an attack. And that's I know I'm oversimplifying the concept. He dives pretty deep into each one of those, and in my view, it's hard for me to imagine any sales organization that this doesn't have something that somebody needs to hear. In fact, this is actually my third time reading it, and every time I've read it, I've gone back and evaluated and changed something in my own sales process. So it's great library, great one to reread and revisit. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's about it. So check it out on the forum, where I'm going to put up all my notes and all the highlights from the book. And then there's a link here to go ahead and grab the book if you want to, from Amazon. Other than that, thanks for listening. See you. Bye.